Hey everyone, before we start this episode, I want to let you guys know I recently had a sinus surgery. This is why I sound like this. The surgery went smoothly and I am currently recovering. But right now we have so much to discuss, so please bear with me for this episode. With that out of the way, let's start the show. Hello everyone and welcome to the 17th episode of Season 5. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before we jump into all the action, if you could, please thumbs up this video and make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any new interviews or episodes. Also, the best way to support this channel is to buy the shirts at threadless.com. A link is in the description. Each purchase directly supports SCR and allows us to continue to produce super cool content like this episode. I have something very special to kick off this episode. Remember duets? Of course you do. I Got You, Islands in the Stream, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Wendy O. Williams, and Lemmy blasted through Stand By Your Man. Well, punk rockers Suzi Moon and Billy Hopeless recently released two killer duets as part of the Nothing Left to Lose 7-inch single. I had the opportunity to listen to both duets, and let me tell you, Suzi and Billy absolutely nailed it. Both songs are incredible. Suzi Moon first met Billy Hopeless back when her band Seventeenth were touring and crossed paths with the Black Halos. They immediately hit it off. Suzi explains, "I've been a fan of Billy Hopeless, the Black Halos, since I was 16. Working with him has been on my bucket list for a long time. We suffer the same kind of rock and roll affliction that makes us different than other folks. There's a mutual respect between us that comes from being frontmen. I greatly admire his work." I'm going to spin the B-side, Communicado. This song is a little bit more upbeat and playful and was written by Billy Hopeless. Backed here by the Let Me Downs from Tacoma, it's a short but sweet, catchy blast of pop-aware punk. This is Communicado by Billy Hopeless and Suzi Moon. Check it out and enjoy.
In my face, saying they love me, 'cause every time I got it sweet, I find myself in full retreat. I finally wind up back on the street with you. I'm tired of all the liars in this game, saying they love me, they dress real sharp, but they miss the point with lame aim. Saying they love me, 'cause every time I've got it sweet,
Once again, that was Communicado by Suzi Moon and Billy Hopeless. Now it's time for the latest topics and news. Let's go! For our first piece of news, metal duo KRASHKARMA will release their latest album entitled Falling to Pieces on June 23rd through Rock Shots Records. For the new full-length, the duo wrote and recorded at Karma Collective Studios in North Hollywood, California. Guitarist, bassist, and co-vocalist Ralph takes on producing, mixing, and mastering, plus artwork duties for this album. KRASHKARMA is a self-producing duo that can be considered a jack of all trades when it comes to everything from creating to presenting their music. A representation of the universal human experience, where the blending of differences creates something extraordinary. KRASHKARMA is intense, raw, dynamic, and electrifying. Featuring 12 tracks, Falling to Pieces is a story that will take fans on a journey from start to finish. From the thunderous drum intro and heart-wrenching scream pouring out of Nikki's whole being, it sets the stage for what's to come. From there, the album takes you on a wild ride with ups and downs that will keep listeners' ears excited to hear what's next. KRASHKARMA has put a lot of effort into crafting a narrative that's both compelling and epic, with each song building on the last to create a cohesive whole. Along the way, listeners will encounter soaring melodies, crushing riffs, and blistering solos over hammering grooves, interplaying with the vocal harmonies between Nikki and Ralph. Falling to Pieces, in my opinion, is KRASHKARMA's heaviest album to date and really takes the listener on a journey. I highly recommend you pre-order this album because you will not be disappointed. I'll leave a link to pre-order in the description. On to our second and final piece of news. The next Super Cool Radio interview will be Friday, May 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I recently had the opportunity to chat with Andrew Hagar. Andrew is the son of Sammy Hagar. Recently, Andrew released a killer new single entitled Systematic Minds. I really dig the unique style of the single and look forward to hearing more new music from Andrew. Also, Andrew appeared alongside his father on the Paramount Plus docuseries Family Legacy. The docuseries is currently available for streaming right now. Andrew was an amazing guest, and I had a great time chatting with him. I highly encourage everyone to check out and support him. Here's a clip from our interview. Check it out. Andrew Hagar, your last name is Hagar. Do you feel like any pressure because of your last name?
I did for a while. I didn't actually start releasing music under my own name until maybe just a couple years ago. I had a lot of different projects, different titled projects that I released music under, EPs under, before I was comfortable enough to release stuff under my own name. Just because, yeah, it's like, it's not my expectation, but there are a lot of other people out there who want something when they hear the name. There's a lot of people that instantly are like revolted by me before they even hear anything or know anything about me because of the name. So, you know, expectation plays a huge factor in that. And I just wanted to make sure that I had matured as an artist and as a songwriter before I started putting stuff out under my own name. But at this point in time, like, you know, at my age and the amount of life that I've lived, I really could care less what someone's, what someone's expectation is of me. If they like the music, that's fantastic. If they don't, that's fantastic. But if you come on, you know, my social media or my DMs and start talking a bunch of shit, that's a different story.
Hope you enjoyed that clip from my interview with Andrew Hagar. The full conversation will be available Friday, May 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on your favorite streaming platform. Make sure to check it out. Now it's time for another edition of This Week in History. What historic events happened this week? Let's dive in. On May 21st, 1981, Bob Marley is given a state funeral in Jamaica that combines elements of Ethiopian Orthodoxy and Rastafarian tradition. He was buried in a chapel near his birthplace in 9 Mile. His casket contains his red Gibson Les Paul guitar, a Bible opened at Psalm 23, and a stock of ganja placed there by his widow, Rita Marley. On May 26, 1975, Glenn Campbell releases the single Rhinestone Cowboy. The single would be Billboard's Song of the Year for 1975. And that is it for this episode of Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any topics or news you want me to cover? Let me know in the comments section. I have time to feature one more song before we go. I'm going to spin a track from Michigan rockers, The One Divided. This month, The One Divided released their debut album entitled The Spark. I'm going to spin a hard-hitting song off the album entitled Agents of Chaos. I really dig this song, and I hope you do as well. This is Agents of Chaos by The One Divided. Check it out. Once again, that was Agents of Chaos by The One Divided. Please check out and support this awesome band from Michigan. And that is it for this episode of Super Cool Radio. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this video and hit that subscribe button. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, stay frosty!